This is like a full-on Hollywood production. You see the whole background and me in the foreground.
We're making movies here, so.
Yes.
That's what the world needs. We need your passion. We need your authenticity. We need you to get mad. We need you to get messy. We need you to get raw. We need you to get real. Speak your story. Speak your truth. Let that light in. Be the light. We need to create change. And the only way we can do that is being authentic. Welcome back to another week of The Layla Show with me, your host, Layla Ziari, featuring all sorts of beautiful guests and beautiful people from all over the world who are coming together for one purpose, to share their stories, speak their truth, and create a conscious, unified community, one conversation at a motherfucking time. Real, raw, unfiltered. The Layla Show.
All right, and actually, Layla, I'm on live in Finland right now, so they're just hi Finland. But I already told them my whole focus is on you and this conversation we're gonna have. But
Hi guys,
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I know you had some challenges a few weeks back, but you're good now. Everything is.
I mean, I'm still absolutely stressed about moving, but we just put that in the back burner.
When are you actually moving? What is the
April 1st?
April 1st. Oh wow, you have time. I thought you're gonna move like in a few days or something.
No, but like it feels like time goes by so fast though, like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
like
it looks like I have time, but I really don't feel like I have time.
Yeah, it comes and goes so fast because you're stressing already about something that is coming.
I know, and I know that's futile.
That's why I do all those meditation stuff, just to come back here. So then from here, I can then start actually,
That's great. I meditate too, but it only lasts for so long until my brain is loud, all right? My brain is always loud. It is what it is.
No, I know. I know the brain thing and how it talks to you. You feel that your own physical voice is actually not as loud as the voice that is in your head sometimes. Definitely know what you mean.
100%.
But yeah, tell me how would you like to do this? So I know you're already recording. I know you like just to have conversations. You tell me, this is your show, your podcast, so you tell me how you wanna.
I don't want to be in charge today, but
I feel we are already in a conversation, but however you want to start it, we'll do that.
We're already in a conversation, but yeah, I don't want to be in charge today. I don't know. I want to hear all about your life, your adventures. You do so many fucking things. You got movies, you got the energy. And then wait, how many languages do you speak?
I speak English, Farsi, Finnish, little bit understand Turkish, and I actually played a main character in a Spanish movie where I had to learn everything in Spanish. And I remember when I did the audition, I went to the room, the director was there with the camera and everything, and they asked me, do you speak Spanish? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And then they start recording my audition tape and they say, can you start speaking in Spanish? To be honest, I was saying just gibberish, just going, no, ¿qué pasó? Tranquilo, ¿cómo estás? Muy bueno. And then I get a call from the director a few days later. The director says, you're perfect for the role. We love your acting. All of that. And end of the phone call, he told me, by the way, you didn't speak Spanish, right? Like the whole audition, you were just saying random words. I say, yeah, but then he was like, don't worry, we'll get you a tutor. We're going to teach you all the dialogues in the film. And then there I was, mi pasporto es mucho. And I was doing the whole thing with the Spanish language and all of that. But yeah, that was a possibility I created for myself, and not being afraid of I don't know how to speak Spanish. But that's not the point. If your energy is right and they are looking for you exactly, that can be learned. It's not a
That's so true. I love that bit. We all need that little I need that little bit of motivation right now as I go dive into whatever the fuck I'm gonna be doing.
I know there's so many stuff around us, and you always need that push, the motivation and all of that, which I'm happy to talk about, because in my kind of a work system where I'm in movies, films, martial art, it's very physical. And for those physical moments, you need motivation to actually go and do it and grind and hustle and all of that. So, but then again, if you do it all physically, where does the energy, consciousness, vibration, frequency, where they come? Like they cannot even enter because you're so physically trying to make it. As I tried to freaking make my movie for 10 years. Who
10
the
years.
freaking do that? Yeah, 10 years. And so many stuff happened during that 10 years where I got arrested, my leg broke, my ribs broke, I broke up with my ex, and I got COVID. I was hospitalized for a few weeks. I almost died. I remember
From
doctors coming
COVID
to
or
the
for
room.
something else?
Yeah, from COVID. Yeah,
Oh,
it was so severe. And we were actually in Tehran when we were shooting, and it was the red zone. So red zone in a way that there wasn't any hospital beds. Like on the streets, you
no.
saw like regular beds and people with IV, and it was crazy. And but I was fortunate enough for Finnish ambassador Keijo Norvanto, who got me to this hospital with a private room and all these doctors warning me, like, if you don't stop working, because I was still working on a script, because I had to film down, because the whole money I had saved up for the shooting now went to the hospital. Our cinematographer got COVID, our gaffer from Finland, everybody started getting COVID. And of course, because it was my production, I had to pay everything up. So I was there in my bed trying to like take some scenes out of the film so I can basically still afford to shoot and finish my film. And the doctors came and they were like, do you understand? You're gonna die. You're gonna die if you don't stop. And you know, Persian doctors, if they get like, if they get very like ramp up, they're gonna like say like, you need to stop. So the doctors told the nurses to put sleeping medicine in my IV. So a lot of the days when I was writing, I slept with the script and woke up all pissed off, like, who the fuck drugged me? I was working on an important scene and I had to cut this, and then yeah, I just let it go. But that's a good way to show how I actually tried physically make my movie. I kind of manifested it in the beginning where I didn't know how I'm going to shoot it, with what money, and how everything would come together. But one thing I knew was that I already saw the film coming together. And it was weird because back then I didn't know anything about manifestation, how to create, how to visualize, get the feeling, put the information there and let it go to the universe. I didn't know any of that. Only thing I knew is that I wanted to make my film and I could see it sitting in the cinema and watching it. I didn't have a director's degree or I didn't know what I'm doing, but I trusted my gut feeling, that so-called feeling I created for myself. And then I got there, but the way I got there was very physical, very hands-on. Do this, do that, worry about this, gain weight, gain stress. My whole body was on an inflammation. I was getting COVID. And imagine doing all those fight scenes and action scenes with all that stress and all that freaking things in my body that didn't belong there. But it was a good school for me, and not in a sense of making films, but in a way of understanding how energy, frequency around us, how they work, how they actually come to you, how do you draw something to you? Is there something for you to draw it, or is everything you want already in you? So understanding the whole concept of how things work now you can kind of get the hint that for my next movie, which I'm now working on.
Tell us about your next movie.
It's magic happening in a way that everything I did back then when I wanted to shoot Layers of Lies, the film, it was very physical. This time, it's very energy based. It's very kind of a like where I manifest, I meditate, I see the film, I see the people that are coming together for us to make this beautiful film. And then, yeah, magic happened. The last magic that happened was today, about an hour ago. I get a random message from Dubai. my friend is a friend with this producer lady that happens to be in LA right now. And my movie is about poker and action. And her dad is one of the top poker players in the world. And she's looking to produce something. And she's here now. And we are hopefully meeting. So you see how things start happening without me even trying. And that was the big lesson for me making Layers of Lies, to understand, although we live in a very physical world, everything is physical. I can see, I can feel, I can touch, I can, get amazed. But everything that is physical, we have to understand we are still in a very energy, frequency, and vibration universe where instead of us trying to get something, and believe me, as a martial artist, as a filmmaker, as somebody that went from Iran to Finland, from all of the places, Finland, in the middle of the snow, middle of the December, 1994, and going like, what is this? And then adapting to that, moving from there slowly to the capital of Helsinki, and then from there getting bigger dreams to come to Hollywood and then make a film. And all of this is just for me to understand how everything is energy, frequency, and vibration, and how we, me, you, everybody, lovely people in Finland, how we can actually manipulate the energy, the frequency. We can create energy. The energy is not the Red Bull you take or the kind of a dopamine you get from opening your app or going to hike or whatever. The actual energy you can actually produce by being still and going in and creating it within. And how do you create the energy? You give your cell members, your probiotic, all those living things inside you, which Layla, it's billions. Imagine every morning you wake up, billions of people are looking at Layla saying like, okay, Layla, what feelings we want today? What do we want to go? What do we want to experience? Tell us. We are all ready for your command to go and vibrate at that level. And when you start vibrating over billions of cells in your body, miracles starts happening. And those miracles were created just because you, me, I, everyone, we could create consciously a feeling that we don't have right now. And we are the only species or entity in this universe that can do that. I can create everything from nothing. Tell me another animal kind that could do that. We could do that because we have the power to do that. So the whole film and the whole journey to get here got me understanding how everything actually vibrates, how everything has a frequency. And I am the entity, I am the consciousness that can give meaning to whatever frequency is coming at me and going from me. So there is this beautiful things happening around us. But unfortunately, because whole our life has been a big preparation for this kind of a world. It has been preparation, either culture, religion, friends, family, houses, car, everything that you think of in this world, we were so-called being prepped for it. But nobody told me that instead of trying to figure out what is out there that can make you feel good, can make you feel worth it, can make you actually just be still, just be enjoying where you are right now at this moment and what you can create. Nobody told me that it's not the feeling out there that I am seeking. It's the feeling that inside I am creating. And by understanding just that, it got me out of the program, got me out of the matrix, whatever you want to call it. It got me out to think, hold on, if everything in this universe that we do, from family, friends, cars, career, movies, whatever you think, the end product is a feeling. You get a feeling if you do something. When you go, now that you're moving to a beautiful new place, you get a feeling out of it. So if everything is feeling, and we are the only entity in the universe that can create that feeling, that exact feeling that we are so-called seeking so hard, doesn't that mean I'm the creator of my own life and on my own world, and I can create whatever?
1,000%.
Yeah. So understanding that is much more harder to actually live that. For me, it took 38 years to realize that fact. But when I realized that about 6 months ago, when I was doing a ceremony, I did a mushroom ceremony, and oh my God, the things I saw. Oh my God, the places I went. And the places, it was very nice because it wasn't a photographic memory. It was a frequency. I saw everything as a frequency. I saw the programs that I was raised my whole life. I was raised on a program that I have to do something. I have to do double black flips, make movies, be in front of camera, do this and that in order to be good enough for whoever it is out there. I could never fulfill that, because how can I fulfill that and at the same time feel worthless inside? So if I cannot satisfy myself, how the heck? No. But if I go and be the next James Bond, trust me, even that couldn't give me what I can create within. And that comes I think our power, the true power, the consciousness that we are, lies in the creation of what you create and what you experience. And every time you do that, you're actually expanding the universe. 13 billion years ago, we were all part of a pea, like it's such a bloop. And then from that was the reflection of a God, of the consciousness itself. And we are the reflection. So whatever you, me, I, and everyone create in this universe, we are expanding the eternal universe, which is God, which all the possibilities exist, but somebody needs to create them. All right. I don't know. Was there a question or something? But I started like rambling for an hour.
No, I love it. I mean, I agree with everything you're saying. So
No, but these are
let you ramble, you know.
But it's beautiful to come to that realization, and I'm like, I have this new Finnish like a community I started called Aho. People are actually in Finland saying Aho to each other. We are saying it to each other, and some people come and ask me, hey, by the way, what does Aho mean? And I was like, hey, Aho actually doesn't mean anything, and it means everything. But you are the consciousness that gives the meaning to it. Because we are used to always get something out of there, which is the program, whatever it is, culture, religion, a thing. And we think that because of that program, there is a feeling attached to it, to that program. So as soon as you say something that some people are not like, ooh, that gives some feeling to them. So I really wanted to create something, shout out or something that it's not tied to anything. It's not another program. It's not like, hey, you have to say Aho after every, no. You can be walking on the street, seeing a fellow Aho energy and go, Aho to you. And then they say, Aho to you. And it can be thank you, love, energy, whatever it is. Because once I started doing my Finland, I don't know what it is even called, kind of like a motivational speaker. But then again, I'm not doing any Tony Robbins thing. But again, I'm talking about consciousness. So basically, it could be motivational. But I really wanted to have an audience, have energy around me in my new world that I can share about whatever I have experienced, but yet not have it as a program. Like not go like, hey guys, I can teach you how to be happy, how to manifest whatever you want. Go to my website. I have a course, 2 months now, the first month. I cannot do that because if I already found my happiness, my peace, my consciousness, I just want to share. And whoever wants to take something out of it and wants to try it out, because eventually we are all here to create our own looking world consciously. And if you don't do it consciously, that's fine too, but then be okay with getting stressed, getting those bills, getting people coming and like hurting you, and like get ready for that, because that's all what it is. And the reason that's all what it is because half of the people in the program don't know they are running a program, don't know that if this friend says this one, I'm going to think about it and be all hurt 7 days or 10 days. And they're just used to react to that because subconsciously, when you do something so much, let's say I'm driving and I'm thinking of something, Who the heck is driving? It's my subconscious mind. And my subconscious mind is so freaking well, when you teach something to it, that person, that energy, that subconscious mind will do that so well. That's why I always say there's no war between your conscious and subconscious mind. If there's a cookie you eat at the middle of the night, or if there's a relationship that you know is not elevating your energy or frequency, but you're still there, it's not your fault. It's not my fault. We were used to these things. We were used to these feelings, to these emotions. And for us, known and painful is much rather okay than unknown. Because people don't like unknown. People don't like, imagine this. Some people are stressing about their rent, and I go, who the heck paid the rent 20 years? Like, who has been paying? If you have 20 years, every month you somehow paid your rent, why this month is different? Why are you still stressing about the next payment? And if you realize that unless you don't become the conscious self, the creator self, then you are running a bunch of programs in your life based on your memories that your subconscious mind is going over. So in a way, you're predicting the future, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to pay, who I'm going to see, based on what has happened to your whole life. And as we know, at least my life hasn't been perfect. I've done shit that I'm not proud of. I've done shit that I'm sad of. So I don't want to go there to create my tomorrow. That would be very self-sabotaging. Instead, once you get connected to your consciousness, and honestly, it doesn't need all these mushroom trips, ayahuascas, this and that. Just sit down with yourself and make a plan. And when you make a plan, not based on what has happened to you, but based on the creation, the creator that you actually are, the one that actually can create your tomorrow by feeling it. I had, for example, a snake phobia. I was doing a live a few days ago, and in my life, I actually talked to my lovely Finnish energies that if you want to get over your fear, instead of thinking of that fear, putting you there and going back in time and thinking of all those moments where you saw the black snake, or you saw this Discovery Channel with the slow motion, the snake, the mouth opens, and all those fiery kind of a thing. What I did on that moment in that life, what is the feeling that I've already done it, that the snake is on my neck, that I'm touching the snake, and I'm fully in peace with myself. Once I created that, and honestly, it didn't took me more than 10 seconds to do it, and I was actually speaking as I was doing that. When she put the snake over me, when I touched the snake, it was the most freaking calmest moment I had. I actually had my eyes closed and I was breathing as the snake was luring around my neck. So what I'm just trying to say is, if I'm the creator of my life, my emotions, my reality, I can always look through the pain, through the fear, through the every feeling that I have right now. I can always create something within. And once I create it, it's just a matter of time and miracles and so-called coincidences. There's no coincidence. If you don't create your reality, then unfortunately you are in this world, and your reality is created by everything that is going around you. So I would rather create it and go out there and just see how my world start like coming together, synchronicities, lovely people. For crying out loud, I am going to Finland to some seminars to speak about consciousness. And if you would have asked me 6 months ago, when I was just this movie guy, that, hey, tell me something about consciousness or energy or frequency, I'm like, I don't know. But what I'm doing right now, what I'm speaking right now from my consciousness and my experience, all came because I was the one who created that possibility for me. And if I don't do it, nobody will. It's your consciousness, it's your free will. All right, I'm rambling again.
I'm letting you go. I mean, I agree, but even the people out there in that world are technically creating their reality. They just aren't really aware
Yeah,
that that's what they're
everybody.
creating.
Realizing that you are creating it or you are not, I think that's a
That's
very
the
nice,
game changer right there,
that's a very game changer.
because then you get to shift it into whatever you want, and you can't without the awareness. But like, damn, 6 months ago, you sound like you've
6 months
known,
ago, I
you sound
didn't
like
know.
you've known this shit forever. Good for
Yeah,
you.
everybody says that.
I
Everybody,
know.
I talk with my family. I was like, who the F are you? Like, where is my son? What happened to my son?
Well, I mean, good
Yeah.
things. It sounds like you're
No, amazing things because Leila, it's very hard to have a new world and a conscious world with your old personality. It's very hard because your old personality is so used to all these habits, all these programs in your life, which, as I said, it's not all our fault. I didn't know where I'm going to be born. And for the first 7 years of our lives, as we are kids, we're just this subconscious mind looking around, seeing what dada does, what mama does, what grandma does, what people are saying, what vibration is there. All of those will become our programs in the future because that's the nature way to teach us to behave like whoever is around us. And then from age 7 and on forward, then you become more conscious and you start realizing things. But when we are a kid, there's so much things that happen in our life that unfortunately we cannot affect on that. And then also I see a lot of people trying to go back to that time, find the trauma, go through the trauma, go through whatever happened to them as a childhood, which is for some people, I'm not saying everyone, for some people it might help, it might be okay. But I don't see the point of going back and like, why would I want to go back to the program that created this feeling in the first place? Rather, I have a better alternative, where is you come to this moment now, the eternal one, and in your conscious mind, you create whatever you want to experience. It doesn't matter. If we want to always go back to what happened to us, there's not enough energy for you to create your tomorrow. You will always go back. You will always go, that friend did this to me. I helped that friend so much, but then that friend didn't even say thank you. And like, we are so stuck in the past. Our subconscious mind is so stuck in the past that unfortunately your next friend is same as your previous one, because subconsciously you're drawn to that, you're used to that, you know how it works, you know, okay, this girl acts like this boy acts like this. Why does a lot of the time a lot of the same shit happen to same people? Because they act the same, they think the same, they go back to their memories and try to make a better tomorrow. It just mathematically, it just doesn't work. Even energy wise, it doesn't work. Just instead of going back and forth, come to this place, which is the easiest shit you can do. And from this moment, as lovely Joe Dispenza says it, you can create whatever you want. You can like experience it now. I don't need to be there physically to experience it. I can experience it now, and then the journey actually becomes the adventure we are here to experience. I don't need to stress about how the heck I'm going to pay next month's rent, but I can create it that it has been paid and just enjoy the last few weeks of the month, that how it will magically come to me. Is it that hard to be a little bit more optimistic? I know.
I know all of these things with every fiber of my being, and I've watched miracles happen in my life, but I think there's part of me that like likes to be existential and like a little sad.
No, I know, but that's the subconscious mind. That's the subconscious mind.
I know this, but like, you know what I mean? You can know all of that, and like, yeah, it is hard to be optimistic all the time.
Yeah.
I think I like suffering a little bit, and I don't know why.
But as I said, there is so many hormones, so many cells and probiotics and all these in your body, billions and billions of them. And once they get used to something, even a drama, you know, like
yeah, I don't like the drama chaos, but I like the melodrama of like heart-wrenching feelings, and it just, for me, that makes me create better. I create when like my soul's being torn apart by something. So like I know I should probably get over that in the next chapter of my I know that this is not a healthy way to be a creative person, but it's like that's like when I tap into that like existential fucking esoteric longing for something that I don't even need anymore, I'll write like the best thing in the world. Like I can write really good. All my art comes out. So, So, I'm also like the most optimistic person about like the whole grand scheme of life. But
no,
I love the melodrama.
No, I'm not saying like being drama and all of that is necessarily bad. But the thing is that if you do it subconsciously, like you just said it that I do it and I don't know why. If you do it and know why, and you are the one who creates that, perfect. Go have as much drama as you want, as much things where you.
I do consciously create it, but I don't know why I choose that over something more pleasant. Is my
Well, have you tried the pleasant one? Have you tried the like instead of getting all that and then going to writing, what if you do a like an hour like meditation and just open your eyes and pour in whatever you have there?
No.
Have you tried that?
Usually when I'm in those moments, I'm like, I just want to play and be around people. So when I do meditate and get myself to that place, I'm like, all right, let's go out in the world. Let's go.
Enough silence. Let's go.
Meditated, vibing high. Let's go be out in the world and see what the world brings to me today.
Yeah. But that I think that was the big switch in my life where I was very much in a place that I always waited something to happen to me. I always like woke up, checked my email, did this and that, and see where is my next break? Where is my next person or job or thing that can actually surprise me in a good way. And the big switch in my life happened that instead of me waiting for a surprise, which I don't know what it is, and usually, a lot of the surprises in our life, not the best. So in a way, instead of going out there waiting for that surprise to happen to me, I started creating the feelings I want to have. And then the surprises actually became very positive. They became, when they say I have luck or something like that, I don't believe in luck, but I believe in when you create something within yourself and you go out there with full belief. And the best part, Layla, for the very first time, not full belief in something else. Full belief in your capability, in you, in I, that, oh my God, I am the one who brought me to this point and gone through all of that. And if I don't, for crying out loud, believe in myself right now, I'm going to smack myself. Because if I'm consciousness, if I'm the creator, and I've made it this far not knowing shit about that, imagine what I could do now. And when I go and I create, then my consciousness surprise me day after day. And Layla, I feel I'm living in a heaven that I created for myself. It started 6 months ago. I so-called have a new career, which is like just talking about my experience, about consciousness, energy, frequency, and for the very first time, give the power back to people. There's nothing I can give you. I don't have anything to give you or anything to sell to you. But you, oh my God, you have so much in you. And again, if you made it this far and not knowing about it, imagine what you can knowingly create now and experience, whatever it is. And if you want to have some drama here and there, do it consciously and have it and enjoy it and write it. It's your world. And there's no right or wrong is in anybody's world because it's your world. How foolish of me to come to tell you that, hey, if you want to make a better life for yourself, do this and do that. It just, that's a program. Who said you need to do that to become something? So all I'm saying that if I could be 38 years part of the program and not know about it at all, and then suddenly something happens in my life, and within a very short amount of time, because time doesn't exist in creation, in manifestation, none of that, I could become this totally new person. Some people don't even recognize me anymore. I do sometimes lives and people come, hey, is this Ramin? because I've been doing this so long, this action guy. I've been known as a Kung Fu Ramen, Kung Fu Panda, sometimes just the panda at some points. And, like all of that, just for me to hear Stan today, healthy, strong, independent, and conscious, and talk about how you can also create whatever you're like. I'm doing this documentary, Layla, about my life, about my awakening. And I started already shooting the first half of it, which the beginning of the documentary, I did it at this Hollywood sign to tell everybody how I got here, because it was my childhood dream to one day come to Hollywood and become filmmaker and actor. And I was under that sign. And it wasn't planned. This was the first time when I'm doing a film, when I'm doing a documentary, where there's not like 200 people behind the camera. It was my small camera in my bag, and I just bring it up. And it's going to be the most personal documentary about how you can go out there and become the best fucking version that Matrix would want you to be. The most perfect, the most polite, always helping people, always creating, going, dreaming, all of that. So in that Hollywood sign, I will go through all of the things that happened to me to get me to this point. And then I'm going to talk about the awakening, what happened. And in the documentary, I'm actually manifesting myself to go to South America to do for the very first time ayahuasca ceremony, and end my documentary with that live in South America, talking about my experience with ayahuasca. So it's a very kind of inspiring documentary, and I'm not the star in it. It's the consciousness of us. So I'm just telling the story that how I got to that point under the sign of Hollywood, so people know that I really tried, and I tried to be the best version I could be. But my life actually began 6 months ago when I realized that there's nothing out there that I cannot create within, and I'm just creating and experiencing daily. And it's just has been a crazy journey. Yeah. But yeah, documentary coming.
Exciting. I love that for you. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait for you to get to South America and do ayahuasca.
I've never done ayahuasca. I just been experimenting with mushrooms, and even mushrooms has been for me very kind of a sacred medicine in a way that I have to get the calling to it. And once I'm there, oh my God, magic happens.
I love it. I love it. I'm excited for you. We always have to follow that calling of our soul. Our soul always does know where to go next, what we need next.
Absolutely. So before the whole documentary and the whole Finland and the whole mind energy, all of this started when I went inside to see what are some of the feelings I want to experience, rather than be blindfolded and go to the world and wait for something to happen. How I know, because I've done that, but how sad it is that we just need to go there and wait something to happen to us, for us to feel something. If you want to talk about loneliness, I think that's the most loneliness somebody can be, to just go there and have all these people around them, all these energies, but none of them fulfill the needs and the emotions they want to experience. And going from that to the place where we can, it's so simple, but as I said, understanding it is much difficult than actually living it. Because once you get taste of this, where I can wake up without pain, where I can meditate wherever the fuck I am, where I can create in matter of seconds, sometimes live. Have you ever created live where something is about to happen and you get the feeling, how would it go? And suddenly, boom, you switch the whole energy of the whole space just by, that's the whole creation process,
that's the magic.
Which I'm like, that's the magic. But you create the magic. I always thought all the miracles happens where you go somewhere or something, or some conference or some type of gathering where somebody puts hand on you. I always thought it's the miracles out there. And then some people get the miracles, some people have the luck. But then when you realize, oh my freaking God, I was the one who created all those miracles, all those years, but I didn't know it. I was thankful and I'm still thankful. And the whole point of this, your new world and universe working, is all about giving thanks for the feelings that you are creating. You, like, I don't know about you, Layla, but 6 months ago, I always in my prayers and always in my life, because I was very religious, I always said sorry. I always had some things in my life, some addictions that I didn't want to have, but I always pray, help me get out of this addiction. Please forgive me. Please forgive. And then 6 months ago, for the very first time in my life, I apologized to myself and I forgave to myself, where
Powerful thing to do.
Miracle starts happening, because it's hard, because this freaking world wants you to believe that the God, the creator, the possibilities, the money, the fame, it's all out there. But as I said, nobody told me it's all you. If you are complaining of your life right now, I'm afraid you created that. And the sooner you realize you're not the victim of this world, you're actually the creator of your world, it changes everything. And it's just like, yeah, very beautiful. Very beautiful.
Very beautiful. I agree. You really covered it all. I agree.
Yeah, I think we got it all.
I agree wholeheartedly with everything you say, though. But
Thank you.
say it
I'm
better
very
than I
happy.
could. You say it better than I could ever.
No, a lot of our Finnish audience, they know sometimes when I start talking, I don't know, Layla, what it is, but I just start talking, go through. It's not stopping me.
Passionate about this, and I think it's interesting because especially because you're in the film industry, and I feel like that's a very cool industry, and that's like a different. But you are so much more passionate about all of, not more, but like you're very, I can tell, I can just feel your passion towards all of this and educating people. But that's what we need, because like you said, you're not here to tell people what to do, because like you can't. Everybody has their own personal journey and their own life, but you can give people like the breakdown of the energy of how to do that for themselves, and then they can take it from there. And I do think that's the most powerful thing we can give people in this world, especially with that world out there and a lot of people who aren't awake to that. And how do we build a better out there world is by more people having that awareness that you have been talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like the world, or whatever you want to call this,
Whatever's going on in society.
It would be much better if we can be authentic self. And I know for a lot of people, especially the ones who are listening to this podcast, it's very hard to be authentic you. And a lot of things are going to happen in your life. And I know it might scare you to be you. But I promise you, after you start being you, like I started from 6 months ago, to be more like me, create my world, you're going to shape your world exactly like you are, the beautiful self, the powerful self. And it doesn't matter how you look, what do you have, what do you don't have. And you don't need to, for the very first time in your life, to be anything in order to feel something. Just by being you and feeling alive in this moment, look how your world starts shaping around you, where now you are actually embracing yourself rather than trying to fit in a world that nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
No one knows. To try to figure it out is absolutely insane.
You are you, and you know who you are and what you can create. I promise you, you will have a beautiful world where people around you will start becoming more like you, because you are the authentic self. And I'm afraid to say, the authentic self has such a high frequency that if you are truly yourself, whatever happens, your consciousness will take care of you. But if you try to play it all this and that and show off and be this and have ego and all that bullshit, be ready because this world is full of those people. So when you guys meet, that's the drama. That's the drama. But when you have a world where you are you, Layla, I am me, then we can have people around us that embrace and raise our frequency and then match us. I have my family members changing, Layla, changing for the very first time. Their eating habits have changed. My mom is meditating. My aunt is meditating. My sister, so all of these are happening just because for the very first time, I didn't try to be this Hollywood action movie maker, bim, bada, boom, bada, bim guy. I was just me. And being me right now is very beautiful because I am privileged to have these conversations, have them here, do this, be alive, and all of that. So yeah, happy.
I mean, that's true. I mean, that's really the only way you can create change, like truly, and influence people in your lives is by being authentic. People don't respond to disauthentic.
But it's scary. It's of course scary. I understand, but hey,
is it so? I don't know. I've always been myself.
Okay, here's the thing. Here is how you know if you're authentic yourself. If you go somewhere and you think how you should be, you're not authentic self. Because authentic self means you are you in that moment experiencing whatever is happening to you. Therefore, you cannot go and think how you should behave, what you should do, what should you wear, who should you meet. Because then your consciousness is guiding you through this universe, and then you're experiencing life in a live moment. Your body is actually here. How many times in your life you are meeting somebody or going on a date or a party or whatever, not that you start creating the feelings you're going to get once you are there, but you start thinking what time to get there, what to wear. Oh, my hair needs to be like this. My jacket needs to be like this. I need to go with that guy.
Or I need to be your authentic self and feel that way, because my authentic self, if my hair isn't sitting correctly, I don't feel like my best version of myself. So there's that too.
And that's what I'm saying. That version
because you can be, I'm quirky and weird as hell, and I always show up as I am. But I also do, if I look good, I feel better about that, putting that into the world. So it does have something to do with it in a sense, because I'm not going to feel, even though I'm still showing up, I could show up at the restaurant tomorrow and just be my weirdo fucking self, because I always will be. But if I'm in my pajamas, I'm not going to feel great.
I know. But what I'm doing, it would be you. But if we switch that around, where we go, instead of me trying to put myself all good looking and then going to this party, which I was at the party yesterday. This was my routine going to that party. So first of all, Persian party. And Persian party, there's a lot of programs. There's a lot of things going on.
Oh my God, I haven't been to a Persian party in so long because none of my Persian family is here. So, yeah.
I know. But I was there yesterday. And when I was there, before I went there, I did a meditation. And in my meditation, what I actually did was I created the emotions that I wanted to experience while I am in that party. So these were the things I wanted, the information for me actually going to the party, because nowadays I will not go anywhere, Layla, if I cannot create the emotion that I want to experience. Because then it would be me going to the party and then shit happens. You know what I mean? But when I create it before, then I can go and experience it. So I created that. I wanted to take a nice video, which I got a beautiful video with me and this cute little puppy. So I did that. Then I wanted to eat Persian food because I haven't eaten that for a long time. So because my mom and
I need some Persian food.
I know, it's the best. So I needed the food. Then, there's this tradition where they jump over the fire in the New Year's in Iran. So I did that. And then I wanted to inspire somebody. I didn't say anything, but I just wanted to, how would it feel if I would just start inspiring somebody there, and that's it. So I created those were the 4 information of my manifestation for the night, and I experienced the feelings. Then here comes the thing. And of course I wanted to look good, so I felt how would it how would it feel to look good? Honestly, after that creation, which then I went to the shower, I picked my clothes, everything was going so smoothly, and I was trusting my consciousness to guide me exactly what to do, where to go. And it was the most beautiful moment when you get to experience these miracles, where after the party was kind of over and I was making sure I'm going to get home soon, I had my video. I already ate the Persian food and felt amazing. I jumped over the fire, which I filmed it and put it on. And then I was sitting by myself, and there was this girl who I saw a few times here and there, Persian. And Layla, this is what happened. This girl just comes and sits next to me and then starts opening up out of freaking nowhere. And I was like, oh my God, this is the miracle. So I talked to her about consciousness, about creating, about manifesting, about all of those beautiful things. She had some challenges or some like decisions for the relationship she is on. So basically the same feeling I created at my home before going there. Then we hugged and I got home. So you saw how I got every feeling and every emotion that I was looking for. Therefore, me going to that party was a created manifestation, so-called I create the future by manifesting it. So then the surprises are actually present. Like some girl just randomly coming, sitting next to me. And you know how in the Persian parties, it's very shallow. Oh, hello, hello, how are you? How's things? How are you? Like, hello, 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 hello. But then somebody coming sit next to you and you felt the energy to actually inspire by explaining about your awakening. It's very beautiful to just like create and be kind of like excited about whatever is going to happen, because eventually you're going to get those feelings rather than just going and being in a kind of a, the feeling where you constantly need to think, where you are in a space that there are other people. You have to constantly not only think about what others are doing, but what you are doing. So it takes all that pressure out. Therefore, that experience becomes very pleasant.
I love that. Yeah, that's exactly. So,
Oh, all right.
where the energy you want to receive.
Yes, where the energy, create the energy. You can create. Like I can create energy even if I'm like, I cannot, and it's this and blah blah blah. It just takes me a few minutes to just go within and create the energy I want to experience. All right.
And you can
beautiful.
Yeah, we can all do that anytime, any place, anywhere, any day.
Yeah. This was very fun. I really enjoyed this talk.
Yeah, this was great.
I think this was a talk where there was like one or few nice questions, and then we blah, 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 blah. I think we covered a lot of the stuff. We covered the programs, we covered the manifestation, how you can create your life, how we don't need to be the victim of the world that wasn't ours in the first place, where you realize you can create it within, then you just go and experience like I'm doing every day, and I'm filming it and sending it to Finland. So yeah, I hope this conversation inspires everyone who is listening to actually start creating rather than reacting to whatever is happening around you, because those things will keep happening to you unless you start creating something new, something unknown, something that you can go and experience the miracle. So let's start creating. Simple as that.
Yes, let's all start creating. Thank you. That was very fun.
Thank you. Very good. Layla, just I don't know, is this okay to stop here, or?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect. So you're just gonna do the edit and whatever magic you put on it, and put some spices and all, and then let me know whenever you wanna publish it. I'll send it to Finland and whoever I know. But this was a very beautiful, lovely talk with you.
Beautiful. Yeah, it'll probably come out Friday, and I'll tag you and everything.
Yeah, let's go Friday.
Yay.
All right. I think this is nice that we got it right now, because I know we have been planning it to when to do it, but this is when you trust your consciousness, beautiful things happen. So thank you. Thank you for being patient, and thank you for like having this, and I'm very eager to hear it on Friday.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for having me. And
thank you, Layla. This was amazing.
This was great. Thank you. Bye.
The Layla Show.